Hello lovely humans, welcome to Starlight and Stitches. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you like yarn and crochet book reviews, yarn hauls, end of the month finished project videos, all sorts of lovely crafty goodness, hit subscribe and join my subscribers because my subscribers are the best. So if you're also the best, come and join us. This is our lovely, happy, positive place here on the internet. Today we are doing a crocheted book review and we are looking at 100 Micro Amigurumi. Crochet patterns and charts for tiny amigurumi, and this is by Steffi Glaves. It's a book that is published by David and Charles, and this was sent to me for free, full disclosure. However, I am not obligated in any way if I do a book review to give any specific reactions when I do these. They are all my own opinion, and I am utterly honest and truthful when I do the ones that have been sent to me for free. So I have made some stuff out of this one, which is always a bonus when I've actually used the book before I do a crochet book look through. There are 100 items in this book for you to crochet, so we have got quite a lot to get through today, but I'm going to try and whiz through it as quickly as I can so it doesn't get too boring for you. Forgot to say while recording, when I do these book reviews, they are simply just to show you what patterns are available in each of these books. So we have a look through the book together, and then if you like the book, you can go and buy it yourself. And if you don't like the book, then you don't waste your money on buying it. So that is why I do these videos. Now, although this is micro amigurumi, you do not have to use the recommended hook size or yarn size that they suggest in this book. You can use bigger yarn and a bigger hook if you are more comfortable with that. For example, the mushroom in here, which we will get to, I'll go through each and every one of them, but it recommends that you use a 0.5mm crochet hook, and it's hand quilting cotton and an embroidery needle, so it does recommend using very tiny stuff. But I have used chunky yarn and a 4.5mm crochet hook, and I've still got a tiny little dude which is about the size of my forehead, so not huge. So imagine how tiny this would come up if you used the smaller stuff. So you can make it in bigger yarn with a bigger hook if you are more comfortable with that. There are 100 patterns in here. Now, because I have used this book, I can tell you this is written in English terms, so UK terms. So for example, I learnt using US terminology. So single crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, treble crochet, whereas this is written in UK terms. So a double crochet is a single crochet in US terms, and a treble crochet is a double crochet in US terms. So as long as you know how to just convert that, it's easy enough to follow, absolutely fine to follow. So when we get into this book, we have got a nice contents page. Everything is broken down into sections for us, which is very useful. We've got a nice little introduction here, and a page with lots of pictures. Just a quick glance, lots of pictures of some of the things that are in here. We've got a guide on tools and materials, which is very useful. I think if you have got a crochet book, I think even if you are not a beginner, it is always a good sign to see tools and materials and information about what you're doing. It's also got thread classifications, things about crochet hooks, general tools, eyes, and all that sort of stuff. So there is some good information at the beginning of this book. Then we get into the sections, and we're going to have a look now at all 100 items that are available to be made in this book. So starts off with the mushroom, which I have made. You have seen that. There is the mushroom. There is the mushroom. Yeah. So the patterns themselves, I know for a fact, very easy to follow. They are easy to read, even though I had to convert it from UK to US terminology. They are easy to follow and easy to read. So in this section of Fairy Woodland, we have got the mushroom. We have got this cute little speckle log, and it looks like there's sort of some moss or something going around that. That's very cute. Then we've got this snail. Don't forget with all of these, you don't have to, as well as not having to use the tiny yarn, you can also use whatever colours you like, and I always say that, use whatever colour you're happy with, make it your own. So tiny snail, and then a little acorn with a happy face. Again, you don't have to put faces on the inanimate objects if you do not want to. I do like putting faces on inanimate objects. Then we have a fairy cottage. That's nice and dinky. A froggy. Now, again, with these, the finished sizes for these are anything from sort of 12 millimeters, which is about 1 centimetre. If I hold that up to my face, it's about that big, like the tip of my nose. Anything from 1 centimetre up to about 2 centimetres, which is kind of that big, so like a little bit more than. So they are really, really tiny if you follow the exact ones. But so that's why they're micro amigurumi. After the froggy, we have got the cute little owl. It's got sleepy eyes. And after the owl, we have a butterfly. And then we have, similarly, the moth. Yeah, just slightly different wings there. And then a ladybird. And that's the woodland, fairy woodland ones all done. Then we come to About Town. In this section, we have a house. We have a cafe. Now these are quite cool. I'm not going to show you the actual pattern, but I'm just going to show you, it gives you like a little guide as to your shape and how it would end up going together. So the actual like square buildings are all labelled with things. It makes sense. It makes sense, and it would make it a lot easier for actually putting them together when you come to the buildings. We've got Pug the Postie and Lollipop Lapin, which is obviously the Lollipop Man, and the Postman, which is adorable. Then we've got a nice postbox and a traffic light. We've got a little tree, which looks like it's got some apples in it. We've got some cars, so the little car, and again in any colours, that would make a fun little toy. A traffic cone and a little van. And that's the About Town section. The next section that we've got is fruit and veg. So the first one that we've got in the fruit and veg section is a banana. And then we've got a strawberry, a tiny pear, a carrot, a broccoli. I do like that broccoli. And a pepper. Then we've got a beetroot. And then, I love these, bean. We have bean. I can just imagine a whole little pot full of tiny beans. And then we've got a sprout and an avocado. That's the fruit and veg. Then we go to the food section. And in the food section, we start with a birthday cake. It's got a nice little candle on top and a sweetie. Then we've got this funky popcorn. We've got a burger and a chicken drumstick and a coffee cup and pizza, cupcake and ice cream, and then a milkshake. And again, remember, you don't have to put the faces on these if you don't want to. Then we come to the animals. We start with the bunny and the dog. Then we have a pig and a cow. Oh, a robin, a hamster and a green parrot. And then a chicken, a cat and a squirrel. Then we've got a section called Back to School. And we start with an apple. And we've got a pen, a calculator, a laptop, a satchel. I like that satchel. I love a satchel. An exercise book, a textbook, a backpack, a lunchbox, and a pencil. Then we're on to the travel section. So it's quite nice. It's all broken down into sections for us. So if we're feeling a particular sort of way, we can just go straight to that section and find something that we need. So in travel, we have got a rubber ring. We've got a palm tree and a pineapple. Got some flip-flops and a suitcase. We've got a camera, a hot air balloon and an airplane. We've got a helicopter. We've got a boat. What is that in the boat? Oh no, that is the boat. It's just the eyes and the mouth. That's cute. And then this is my favourite section of this book. This is space. So we start in space with the sun and a star, a cloud and a moon. Then we have an astronaut, an alien and a rocket. Now, while we're looking at this bit, I'd like to show you the other one that I've made. So I made the alien, and this was made using a 4.5mm hook. I'm putting it next to my head so you can see the size of it. This is a 4.5mm hook and my regular chunky yarn. So that is the size that he came out with. His mouth's got a bit wonky though, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But that's what we came out with. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it with the smallest crochet hook that I own. So the smallest one that I own is a 2mm hook. And I used my thin cotton yarn. It's the thinnest yarn that I've got apart from embroidery thread, but I don't have a hook small enough for embroidery thread. So this is using my 4.5 hook. And this little one is using my 2mm hook. So if I put that next to my nose, you can see just how tiny he is. Next to my thumb, he is so small. And it was a bit fiddly, but my goodness me, what a little cutie. And considering this is quite small, this is so tiny. It's so cute. So they can come up smaller than this if you use the corresponding hook sizes. So yes, the astronaut, the alien and the rocket. Then we have got the ringed planet, a heart planet and the Earth. And then we go into sea life. And in this section, we have got a turtle and a yellow fishy. We have a crab and an octopus, a dolphin, a jellyfish, a seahorse. And then we have a whale shark and a killer whale. Then we are into the myths and legends section. I think this is the last section. So myths and legends, we start with a mermaid and merman. Then we have a fairy, their little wings. We have a witch and a wizard, a unicorn and a Cerberus. We have a dragon and a sea serpent. Then we've got the gnome and a goblin to finish it off. At the back of the book, it also gives you some techniques, how to crochet small, crochet basics, tells you how to read a crochet chart and things like that, because there are charts in this book too, and it gives you more information on doing particular stitches that you might need. Got some finishing techniques, project ideas, so things that you could use these for, decorations, bookmarks, jewellery and key rings, magnets. So like you could turn these into a pair of earrings. Do you know what I mean? They're so small, they wouldn't be obtrusive at all because they are so tiny. Yeah, magnets. And then we've got a little bit here at the back about the author, and I do like to do the about the author bits because I think it's important that we get to know and say thank you to the artists that make these books. So it says Steffi is a jewellery maker and crochet pattern designer in North Yorkshire, England. She specialises in micro crochet and draws inspiration from the natural world, vintage textile pieces and nostalgic crochet heirlooms such as granny square blankets. She has a multidisciplinary background in metalwork, textiles, ceramics and laser cutting, having graduated in 2013 with a degree in design crafts from De Montfort University. Thank you, Steffi, for this lovely book. So 100 micro amigurumi. I think you're getting your money's worth in this book. Recommended retail price, UK is $16.99 and the US is $24.99 for these 100 patterns. Like I say, they are made to be small. tiny, tiny, really small, smaller than the lens on my glasses. But if you don't want to do them like that, you can make them bigger. I think they are more effective and the patterns work better when they are small, but they work just as well on a larger scale. So let me know what you think of this book. Which is your favourite? Do you like my teeny tiny weeny little alien? I don't know what to do with him. He's going to get lost. But he's very cute. I do like this book very much. As you can see, I've actually made projects from it. It's a great book to pick up when you haven't got a lot of time. You just want to make something. You just think, I just want to make something, but I don't want to spend ages on it. And then you've got some cute little friends and dudes that you can give to people or keep for yourself, which is what we shall be doing here. Let me know what you think of that book. I really like it. I think it's adorable, and I love the fact that you've got the nice little sections. If you have somebody that you want to make some gifts for, and they have a particular hobby or interest, I think you'll be able to find something in that book. So talk to me in the comments below and let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed looking through this book with me. If you want to pick that book up, it is obviously available from David and Charles. Yeah, I think it's great. Tell me what you think. Look after yourselves, look after your loved ones, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.